All right, hey, what's up, guys? So we're out here at Golf Center of Arlington. Check it out, really cool lighted range. So you can basically come out here. I think they're open till pretty late because you can come out and get a bucket of balls, a bucket of beers, whatever floats your boat. And they also have top tracer, kind of an indoor hitting facility, and then also out here on the grass. So really good for me to be out on the grass because I haven't been practicing a lot lately with the weather. But we're gonna try to grind out just a good session, probably about an hour hitting balls. I plan on playing early tomorrow, so I wanna make sure I break off all the rust, and yeah, let's get it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna hit some pitching wedges. I've got Callaway Apex MB, it's I think 2016 model, so a little bit older, but I've got a combo set of, I've got muscle backs or blades up to an 8-iron, and then 7.654, they're kind of like a split cavity. But anyways, so I'm gonna hit some wedges. A few things to note when hitting a wedge, especially if I'm just out here on the driving range. I haven't hit in a long time. I want to be precise with where I'm aiming, but also I'm really just trying to get a feel for the swing again because I haven't been playing much through the winter. And yeah, I've just been occupied with other stuff. So we're just getting back into it. One thing I want to note with a pitching wedge is that we're going to play it more back in our stance. So with a pitching wedge, ball position is very important because you want to hit the ball at a descending angle. And if you have the ball further up in your stance, it's going to be harder to do that. So that's one thing I want to note as we're starting out, is we are going to have the ball a little further back, and you'll be able to see that in this video. All right, so now we're gonna do some down the line shots. So that was a face on angle and just hitting some to get warmed up. Again, have not been playing very much, so don't judge me too hard. But we're gonna go down the line and we're gonna continue hitting a pitching wedge, stock wedge, about 140 yards. So we're gonna aim out at a pole, and you'll be able to see down the line what my feet look like, what my shoulders look like, and all that good stuff. All right, so last one's real solid. Big thing with a wedge, I'm really trying to get a feel for compressing the ball. Again, having a blade or a muscle back for that shorter iron. It's really important that you compress it properly, that you have enough speed and enough strength going through the ball. I would say most people should not be hitting blades. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even be hitting blades at this point because I've been practicing like I should to hit a blade. But again, you want to really try to compress it, especially when you have a wedge or a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a short iron. So yes, we are going to transition now, and I'm going to pull out my 8-iron. I'm going to hit some 8-irons. All right, guys, so you'll be able to see I've got an 8-iron. We're going to have it more in the center of our stance, maybe a little back of center. So when I set up to that ball position should be right about in the center, or like I said, a little bit back. So this is an 8-iron. So if I were to have it up here, I'm going to either hit way behind it, or I'm going to come up and probably thin it. It can be really scoopy, and you're just not really going to get the contact that you want. So if we have the ball more in the center, a little back of center, we'll be able to compress it and really get that impact that we want. So something like that, that was pretty solid. We had a good divot, so really was able to hit down on it and yeah, hit it nice. All right, so you probably can't see, but I'm gonna hit my 8-iron at, there's a little sign out there. It looks like it says 200, but it also looks like this range is pulled up a little bit, so it's probably less than that. I hit a stock 8-iron about 170. Honestly, that's what it's looking like, but we're gonna hit some down the line. One key thing, I guess, if we're talking ball position with an 8-iron, you really want the ball more towards the center of your stance. I would say a little back of center, but that again makes a difference because you're trying to hit down and into the ball. You've got to hit the ball at a descending angle. It's really hard. There's very few players out there who can really pick it and hit it well with just picking it straight off the ground. I think first one I think it was like Tom Watson. A few guys that can do that, but again, it's important to hit it at a descending angle. So they say golf is a game of opposites. You want to hit down, especially with your short irons, to make the ball go up. So let's see if we can do that. All right, since our theme is kind of ball position, tonight I think the last thing I'm going to end with, because I don't want the video to be too long, is I'm going to do a driver. So we've got a wedge where you see it's more back in the stance. We've got an 8-iron, which again is more towards the center, maybe a little back of center. And then we're going to do our driver, which we want pretty much right off our front heel. If we have our left toe kicked out just a little bit, if our toes are pointing slightly left, then we want it right off the heel. So you can move it back a little bit of that. You don't want to be in front of your left toe, but you'll be able to see on the video what I'm talking about. So driver's more of a sweeping upward motion. You're not going to be hitting down into it quite the same. So I think it's important too to note, you'll rarely find people, it's kind of an anomaly to find people that are really good drivers of the golf ball and really good iron players, because they are kind of two different swings. I would say Rory McIlroy, like he's kind of one of those guys, maybe Tiger back in the day. But again, the iron swing is going to be a little steeper. Irons and wedges and driver, it's more of a sweeping, it's more around your body. So just a little bit of a different swing. It's really hard to marry the two together. So I would say I'm probably better with my driver because I get more weight going back. I don't quite stay as centered on the ball. But we'll see. We're gonna hit some drivers, so let's go. All right, so that one was pretty good. So I've got the Callaway Rogue. You can see it, I guess this camera, like I've got it on a focal point, so you can't really see it, but Callaway Rogue ST. I do have the Max. I feel like, I mean, honestly, I used to really like anything like Tour Preferred, anything, again, like we talked about the blades and stuff like that. I liked stuff like that growing up, but now with how much just technology has evolved and how forgiving technology is, I think why not use it if you can get it. So this driver's a little more forgiving. All right, so now we're gonna get some drivers down the line. Just gonna hit a few probably. It's getting a little dark. You hear the sirens, they're coming for me. No, just kidding. But yeah, we're gonna hit a few drivers and check it out down the line. So let's go. All right, guys, driver time down the line. Let's go. All right, so it's pretty good. I probably carry my driver, it's probably a strength of mine, probably carried about 315. With, obviously rollout's gonna depend on whether it's wet or not, or, where I'm playing. Obviously in Texas summers, you can get like 80 yards of rollout. So definitely a strength, but there is more to golf than hitting it a long way. So they say drive for show and putt for dough. All right, guys, so this is probably the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in and checking it out. Again, the focus today was ball position. So some wedges, some 8-iron, some drivers, and really just trying to get back into it because I haven't been practicing a ton, being the winter season, but there are some tournaments coming up that I look forward to, and Lord willing, we're going to play in. So have a great night. Bless you. Bye-bye.